Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Ish with Mystic Mina. I want to introduce myself because I don't know who's new here, and if you're new here, I'd like to welcome you right now. My name is Ishamina, okay? That's my real name. My name is Ishamina. So I go by Intuitive Ish, Mystic Mina, Hood, Heyoka, it's all me, okay? So, I want to tell a little bit more about me. I am a life path number 11. I am an INFJ. So, I'm very intuitive. Like all my life, I've been observing, looking, dissecting, and coming with observations about life and energy and things that's surrounding us. And I have a way to break that down. Like my brain receives information, and from the information is broke down in a certain way that I can explain to make it seem to make it a little bit more simpler for people who don't look at it from that particular perspective. Okay, so today I want to talk about stop looking for accreditation from people when God already put you in a certain position. Okay, so I want to talk about that, but first I want to talk about energies. Okay, once you have to understand when you are in a position guided, divinely guided by God, okay, you will be surrounded by energies that feel unfamiliar to you, okay? Now, these unfamiliar energies won't be unfamiliar people. There's just the energy sector and the segment will feel unfamiliar to you because your energy is not on the same frequency as their energy, right? So if you are on a mission, if you are divinely guided by the Creator, there are things that you have to be aware of, okay? You have to be aware of your energy at all times. You have to understand what your energy level is. You have to understand what the energy frequency is, okay? And you also have to understand what the other people's energies are, okay? I'm gonna break that down a little bit right now. Your energy is your light, your spirit, your light, your love, everything you have that illuminates who you are. That is your spirit. That is your energy. Okay? You have to be aware, you have to acknowledge that, because if you don't acknowledge that, it is so easy for you to forget who you are. It is so easy for you to not acknowledge the energy that God put inside of you. It is so easy for you to disregard the light that you have within you because you're trying to get on the frequency of the unfamiliar spirits that's around you. Now, the more you try to get onto these other people's frequencies that's around you, you will lose your frequency. You will lose your energy. That's why they say a lot of chosen ones are around certain entities or energies where everybody else is around this certain energy. Everyone is around this certain aspect of life, but it's only you that feel a certain way about it. It's like you saying to yourself, no, this isn't right. Like, no, I know y'all used to this, but this doesn't feel right within my spirit. You have to understand the reason why. And the reason why is because you were brought here on a different mission. Now, by your being here on a different mission, now the mission is going to lead you to different places. And when you go to those different places, you won't be able to bring those unfamiliar spirits of those familiar people along with you. And it's going to be a lonely ride, okay? It's going to be a lonely ride. You're going to feel misunderstood. You're going to feel lonely because your job is to make sure that your spirit and your energy is intact at all times. And I consider myself to be an energy healer. And I say that because the energy and the spirit is the gateway to your heaven and your hell. Okay? Heaven and hell is not a place that you reside in when you leave this realm. Heaven and hell is the place that you reside in spiritually in this both physical form that you are in right now and the spiritual form where you go when you leave this place, okay? And once you understand, the more you dwell in energies that doesn't collide with your highest self, with your highest energy, you are putting yourself in a personal hell. You are putting yourself in never-ending suffering. That's why when you're in situations that people might figure like, well, how do I know that? How do I decipher from that? Because I'm just doing what everybody else doing, even though it makes me feel uncomfortable. But you know, how do I know I'm putting myself in hell? You know your energy is not where it's supposed to be when you feel uncomfortable. That's the reason why you feel uncomfortable. Now we live our life and our emotions are guides of our spirit. People don't understand that. People just think, oh, I'm mad because I'm mad. I'm mad because you made me mad. I'm sad because they made me sad. Or I'm sad, or I'm angry, or I'm frustrated, whatever the case is. But your emotions is literally the guide to your energy, to your spirit. Okay? So once your guide, which is your emotions, which is how you feel, once your guide, your consciousness, your intuition tells you, this ain't right, I don't know about this, I know everybody's doing this, but this makes me feel uncomfortable. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to go here? Are you sure you want to hang with these people? Are you sure, like, yeah, look like they having fun, but it's that fun to you? And once you go beyond that, you are placing yourself in your personal hell, because now your spirit is compromised. Your spirit is compromised in such a way where you telling your spirit, oh no, it's okay, everything is all right. But your spirit is telling you, no, it's not okay. I feel uncomfortable here. I don't feel right here. And the more you ignore the feelings of you, the longer you ignore your spirit, the longer you ignore the energy, the longer you ignore your emotions, that's fine-tuning your energy and your spirit, you're able to have a disconnection. There is going to be a disconnection of frequencies. There is going to be a disconnection of energy. And once that disconnection happens, then your life is going to spiral the fuck out. Pretty much point blank. You're not listening to your guide, which is God. You're not listening to your guide, which is your higher self. You're not listening to your guide, which is your higher being. Your higher self. You're not listening to your guide. And that's why emotions are here. We just take emotions for granted and just think, oh, this is just how I feel. But you're feeling that way for a certain reason. And you have to get to the core of what that reason is. And once you get to the core of that reason is, you can make an educated decision on where you need to go in your life based on the way your spirit feels and your energy level is and where your frequencies are and where you want to be in life. Then you'll be ready to go. Like, not saying that you're going to have everything right, but at least you have a guide to lead you. Everyone that's living on this realm, you're not listening to your guides. You're not listening to your guide. Because that's why a lot of people adhere to religion so much, or adhere to certain people so much, because they don't have a guide. They don't know how to follow that guide within themselves. But God, the higher source, the creator of this universe, has placed everything inside you that you need in order for you to be here at this particular time right now. You're born with it all. But since we don't know what that is, and since we don't know what that all is, we have a hard time learning what that all is. We have a hard time seeing what that all is. We have a hard time doing that. And when we have a hard time doing that, it's like we look for other people to guide us in a certain way. We look for other people to give us the answer. We look for other people to make us understand. But once you get in tune with yourself, with your higher being, once you get in tune with your higher being, once you get in tune with yourself, you're not going to question what yourself is telling you. You're not going to question what your higher being is telling you. You're not going to question what your intuition is telling you, because you know your intuition is your guide and you have to follow your particular guide. But a lot of people on this realm and this earth today are not following their guide. You are following other people. You are following other trends. You are following other entities outside of you. And then you always end up being lost. You will never have an answer. And to the ones who, based on what the video's about, stop looking for accreditation from people, because you can lose your light in that way as well. Okay, sorry, y'all. This is my fur babies. They think they're the bodyguards of the house. So you have to understand that when you are put in a certain position, we want people to see us in a light, right? We want people to see us in a light that Source had granted to us. We want people to see us in such a way that how we live our life and how we view ourselves and things that we do and how we move in life. We want people around us to congratulate us on that. We want people to say, oh my God, I love you. I see you. I see you doing this. I see you doing that. I see you being great. I see you having integrity. I see you having love in your heart. I see you being very devoted. I see you being dedicated. I see all these things about you, and I value you. I appreciate you. I'm giving you your accreditation, right? That's what people are looking for. 9 times out of 10, unless you was one of the ones to be put in a family like that, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. People are not going to be able to see you in the light that you are. And by you being in the light that you are dimming your light, looking for more accreditation from the people who won't be able to see you, because you can only see people as far as you can see yourselves. That's why people agree with bullshit, or they agree with things that doesn't serve them. It's because a part of them is in tune with that frequency. A part of them is in tune with the things that does not serve them. So that's why they have no problem with seeing or with being around certain people who do certain things to them. Understand that. So if you are a part in your life where you know you have a certain light in you, you know you have a certain love in you, you know you have a certain power in you, and you look for other people to give you accreditation for your power, that's not how you're going to get stronger. That's not how you're going to serve in your purpose. That's not how you're supposed to stand in your light. You're supposed to stand in your light regardless. You're supposed to stand in your power regardless. You're supposed to stand in the spirit that you have, that God put inside of you regardless, no matter who sees it. And those who are following the light, those are following that frequency, those who are following your truth will see you in the light and congratulate you on that. But your job is not to look for accreditation, because as soon as you look for accreditation from people that's around you, you begin to lose your light. You begin to step away from the light. You begin to walk in the darkness and just say, this is you, this is them, this is you. It's light over here, it's dark right here. So as soon as these people that's in the dark see you and they say, oh, you still in the dark, I don't know. I don't know. Like, you say that. You do those things. So what does that mean? How do I know? How do I know who you are? How do I know what you do? How do I know? That's what you say, and I don't know. And that's what you act like, you pretend to be. But who are you really? And the more you get closer to these people, it says, wait a minute, don't you see me? I'm light. Don't you see me? I have love. I have integrity. Don't you see? I want you to see how right I am, because you don't see me, and I don't feel valued. I don't feel like you appreciate me. I don't see you. And where are you going? Because the light is here. You keep on going here. Where are you going? You're going to be in the damn dark. You're going to be in the damn dark, and you're not going to lose your light. Your job, if people don't see you in the dark, this is the dark. Your job is to say, okay, well, I'm just going to be here in my light. I'm going to be here in my truth. And I'm going to do what I have to do. And those who are able to see me will find me. Those who are able to see me will appreciate me. Okay? I'm going to let you be in the area that you need to be in. I'm going to let you be in the frequency that you need to be in. And throw your hands up, okay? It's so many people that lose their light trying to fight other people in the dark. That's the way that you get to hell. That's the way that you lose your light. That is the way that you will lose your whole purpose of being on this realm. Mind you, everyone has a purpose. Some people don't think their purpose is as great because they think, oh, well, I'm not famous or I'm not this and I'm that. But everyone here serves a purpose. You have to find what that purpose is. And once you find what that purpose is, you'll be able to live in the light and do the things that God put you in tune to do. Okay? Get your money. You'll be able to live in your light and do the things that God put you intended to, what God intended you to do. Okay? A lot of us get stuck in that darkness, trying to pull other people out. A lot of us get stuck in that hole, trying to pull people out that hole who don't want to get out of that hole. It's not like they say survivor's remorse. It's not your problem that you know what light is. You don't feel bad because you're trying to live in the light where God put you in place to be, and other people can't come with you. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to love on people, assist people, and you being in your light, in your personal, they're supposed to get inspired by your light. They're supposed to see you doing what you're doing every day on a daily basis, being in integrity, and say, okay, I'm inspired by them. Let me see if I can get closer to the light. Your job is not to make them see the light. You're losing your light. Your job is not making them to see that you can help them along the way. You are losing your truth. That's not your job. You're not supposed to give two shits about what other people think about you. You're really not. You're not supposed to care. Only time you have to care about what somebody thinks about you is if you feel that way about yourself. And if you feel that way about yourself, you have to change within yourself. It's still not about them. It always will be about you. So never look for accreditation. Never look for validation for who you are. Because who I am is different from who other people are. And who other people are different from who I am. But don't make people make you feel bad because they can't see you in the light that God placed you to be in. Some people, it's not for them just to see. It's not for them to see. It's for them to experience you in a certain light. It's for them to experience you in a certain level. Whatever that level is. You can't fight people on that. You can't fight people to be right. You can't fight because after you doing all that fighting, where is your light? You're dimming your light. You're dimming the spirit. You're dimming the energy that you have within you to do great things. How can you do great things when you're always fighting? How can you do great things when you're always trying to make people see the things that you're trying to see, that you see? How can you go on and live the life of abundance where you are talking to people who are being in a life of lack? And it has nothing to do with you being monetarily abundant, more monetary, you have monetary more gains than people, because it could be just based on certain perspectives. Your perspective rule your world. How you perceive things rule your world. People don't understand that. Me and somebody else can have the exact same thing. Its perspective is so strong and important. We can have the exact same thing, and in those exact same things, they will look at what I have as being more valuable than what they have, and we can have the exact same thing. Because it's their perspective. It's how they view the world. It's how they view themselves. It's how they view their being. Okay? So by you, even if you feel like you're correct, even if you feel like you're right, even if you feel like your opinion matters, and it does, you will never be able to change the perspective of someone else who doesn't want to have an open perspective. Who doesn't want to say, okay, yeah, I do feel this way, but let me see how you feel. Let me ask let me see where you're coming from, so maybe I can get a little bit more perspective in my world. You can't do that. The more you do that, the more you lose your light, the more you will be in hell. Heaven and hell is a mental state. Heaven and hell is an energy source. Heaven and hell is not just a place that you go to when you leave here, because your spirit is here right now. Your spirit is here today. Your spirit is here right now. You have to take care of your spirit while you're here. You have to do things that your spirit is telling you why you're here. So when you do transition to the other side, and when you do transition to the spiritual realm, your spirit won't be in a fight. Do you know how many people who are crossed over, who are fighting because it's harder for them to get that certain information on that side, because they're not in the physical form no more. It's just it's just your spirit. But when you get to that side, there are levels to this shit on the other side too. You just don't all of a sudden just pass over it and it's like, oh well, I'm here. No. If you're not to the highest, if you're not in the highest form of yourself over here, when you get here, you're still gonna have to get to the highest form of yourself, or you have to come over here, or you're gonna have to come back here to do the shit all over again. What they call the reincarnation, what Tina Marie said, deja vu. I've been here before. I've been here before. That's all that shit is, okay? I need y'all to really realize, because people, when you talk about energy, when you talk about spirit, and when you talk about frequencies, they think you're talking like this metaphysical, unknown, scientifical, unreal, unicorn ass shit. When yes, it has to do with the universe, and it has to do with science and metaphysical, and being in the metaphysics, but it's easy for you to understand. It's present, it's here. Like, it's not tangible for you to touch. You can't touch your spirit, you can't touch energy, but that doesn't mean that it's here. And by us, that does not mean that it's not here. And by us being on the physical realm, it is harder for a lot of people to not realize or pay attention to things that's not physical. That's why people go to things that's physical. That's why people adhere to things that is physical, because you can see it, you can touch it. It's a substance, it's tangible. You can taste it, you can feel it. Your body is getting the senses from it. But where we at right now, changing over to the 5D, into the highest consciousness, we need to stop. We need to get more in tune with the spiritual experience of this life instead of the human experience. The human experience has been experienced for a long time, okay? There has been a lot of feeling, a lot of tangible shit, a lot of egotistical shit based on the human aspects that we feel, because we just want to feel. We just want to feel good. We just want to be abundant. We want to have everything. We want to have all the sensations and all the taste buds tantalizing, and we want our body parts to be tantalized all the time. And it's just, we just want everything on the physical realm to validate us. But once we get everything in the abundance, in the material state, we don't feel spiritually abundant, because we done ignored our spirit. Okay? So now, since things are changing and people are, I'm not just on here talking about this. There are many people on here talking about this, because it's time for a change. It's time for us to get back to spirit. It is time for us to understand energy. It's time for us to understand the things that we adhere to. Changes our energy, changes the energy source, changes the energy channel. Just like when you feel some type of way, you listen to music, you gonna listen to the music on the type of emotion that you feel. Like, you want to have sexy time, you gonna listen to some sexy music. You want to be motivated because you're going to work out. You're gonna listen to music that make you feel motivated, that make you feel like you can keep on. So that's how you have to tune into your energy source. You have to tune into your energy field. You have to turn into your energy frequencies to understand where you want to be in life, okay? And to those who have God's gift, okay? Those who have the light, those who may be on a higher spectrum, because there are a lot of people who feel like they are on a higher spectrum, but they struggle with being on a higher spectrum and people not seeing them. That it's not their job to see you. Your job is to be you. And your job is to be you and do what you do. Your job is to be you and be in your light. And those who will be connected to you, like your soul tribe, those who will be connected to you will see you and congratulating and you will be you being the light because you are what they were looking for. Y'all energy connects, y'all energy mesh, y'all energy collides, y'all energy is on the same frequency. It doesn't matter if you've known them for a long time. Y'all might not be on the same frequency. It does not matter if you belong in the same family. Y'all might not be on the same frequency. That doesn't mean you don't love these people. But that just means for you just to keep on living in the frequency and the energy that you're supposed to live in, and the ones who are adhered to the frequency that you are on, and the ones who can see the frequency that you're on, because they can see the frequency themselves because they see them. I'm telling y'all, once you live in the dark, you will literally have dark glasses on. You will literally be living in a bubble. And you can only see people how you view people. That's why a lot of people who are on the higher spectrum and have are connected to their higher selves, they treat everybody accordingly. They treat everybody like people are on the higher spectrum. They treat everybody with love and integrity because that's how they view themselves. That's how they treat themselves. And I need y'all to understand that. I need y'all to understand that because a lot of y'all live in the light. You're trying to fight with the dark. That's how you lose your light. I need you to be really clear about that. I need you to be real clear about that. That's how you lose your light. Fighting with the dark. You don't fight with the dark. You just keep on living the way that you need to live in your light. The dark is going to do what dark does. Okay? The dark is going to do what dark does. And I'm not saying that just because they're on different energy spectrums as you, that doesn't mean that they're just negative and just deemed to hell. I'm not saying that. The only thing I'm saying is, if you're in the lighter spectrum and the more you try to strain your light in order for people to see you who can't see you, you're dimming your light. I need everybody to understand that. Okay? So this is a quick video. Hopefully y'all see it. Hopefully y'all get some information for it, because this is what I'm here to do. Okay, like I said, I'm an empath. I'm a super empath. I'm a Heyoka. I'm an INFJ. I am a life path number 11. Okay, I was sent here to send a message. I was sent here to be in love. I was sent here to be in light. Does that mean I'm perfect? No, I'm not perfect, but I have the ability and the capability to understand and to see things and to break things down the way other people, or the way some people can see and break things down to make it easier for people to understand, so that can assist them in their journey, that can assist them in their physical experience here in this realm, in this life. Okay? So I got a long day today. I just want to come here and tell y'all that, because I know it's November. This is a time where the veil is very thin. Spirits is everywhere. Either you good or you on the other spectrum, or whatever the case is. And I need y'all to protect yourself. I need you to understand who you are at all times, and don't let nobody take you from your life. All right? Y'all be good.